Right now, GMSA Honor Flight San Antonio celebrating a big anniversary by taking a new group of our nation's heroes to Washington, D.C. Plus,
it's corporate greed, and it's a terrible CEO that has no business running this company.
33,000 workers at Boeing are going on strike. Why it could cost the U.S. economy billions of dollars.
And taking a look outside right now. Live Cam, how you doing? We got a hot end of the work week, but how does the weekend look? Justin has the answer next.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
She's been doing this all morning.
It's Friday the 13th, y'all. Good morning. It's 6 a.m. Thanks so much for waking up with us.
Thank you for starting your morning with us. It is going to be a great weekend. It's going to be a hot weekend, Justin.
Yeah, the luck is not on our side, I would say, today. Speaking of Friday the 13th.
See, I think it is on our side.
You think so?
Because it could be worse.
Bam! There you go.
I love that mentality. It certainly could. The record today is 100, so I don't think we quite get there. But we're talking about upper 90s here, 97 here in San Antonio. We're starting off in the 70s this morning, 82 at 10 o'clock, and then we get into the 90s as early as 1 p.m. And the heat index, well, that will be above 100, so we'll warn you there. Friday Night Football is going to be a little bit rough tonight. High temperatures across the area. There will be triple digits out west, 102 in Carrizo Springs, 100 in Eagle Pass. And by the way, Faith Ranch, which is just southwest of Carrizo Springs, the hottest place in the country yesterday, 106. So, yes, the heat is on. Hardly fair for mid-September, right? But this is where we are. MacArthur versus Veterans Memorial. That's at Rutledge Stadium tonight. Just one of the many games going on. Forecast for that. Temperatures will be in the mid-90s when the game gets underway. Heat index around 100. 92 at 8 o'clock, and then by 9 p.m. still in the upper 80s. So even when the game ends, it's going to be pretty hot. The weekend could even be a little bit hotter. We'll talk about that forecast and any relief potentially coming up here in just a few minutes. But let's talk traffic this morning. Let's get you out the door. Any issues showing up on TransGuide?
All right, you're taking a look at 35 at Binns Engelman, 35 at Eisenhower. Things looking really good out there. You are in luck this morning. If you're heading out the door, get there on time. Remember, don't speed. All right, now to an active Amber Alert in our area. Have you seen 6-year-old Cameron Parrish? He was last seen just before noon yesterday morning on Brave Run West next to Ingram Elementary School in the town of Ingram. That is west of Kerrville. The
Ingram Police Department is also looking for 32-year-old Talaya Graham. You see her right there on your screen. She's a suspect in the child's abduction. She was driving a silver 2014 Nissan Versa bearing Texas license plate TLS 5425. If you have any information about these two, you are urged to call the Ingram Police Department at the number that you see on your screen.
Just 2 weeks after having his home searched by the Texas Attorney General's office, former chair of the Bexar County Democratic Party, Manuel Medina, appeared in court. This search was part of an investigation claiming Medina was recorded discussing a scheme to collect voters for the Texas House Democratic candidate, Cecilia Castellano. Medina says the state did not have a search warrant to look through the digital devices taken from his home.
We're not trying to interfere. We're not trying to stop the investigation. Just make sure that we protect our privileges and confidentiality.
The judge said the filing was premature and ordered the search of the devices to be halted for now. The ball is now in the Attorney General's court as to how the case will proceed.
In your morning headlines, after seemingly avoiding a strike earlier in the week, Boeing workers have decided to strike after all after a late night vote. 96% of union workers at the company voted to reject a new contract offer. Boeing offered a 25% pay raise over 4 years. However, workers demand more, claiming that they haven't had a raise in 16 years. The union's initial demand was for a 40% raise over 3 years and a return to pensions instead of 401k contributions.
The whole contract's unfair. They're taking too much away from us without giving us anything.
I kind of, after the last losing our pension, I'm not sure there's, at least me personally, there's a lot of trust there with the union.
Boeing warned that a strike will be a major blow to the already struggling company as it tries to recover from the reputation hit of 2 deadly accidents and issues with their Starliner spacecraft.
This morning, there are calls for Miami Dolphins star quarterback Tua to retire after suffering another concussion last night. The quarterback took a hard hit to the head from Damar Hamlin, forcing him to leave the game in the third quarter. Doctors determined that Tua received a concussion from the hit, which left him shaky and stumbling. Dolphins head coach Mike McDaniel expressed concern for his players' health first and foremost after the game.
The furthest thing from my mind is, what is the timeline? I want to know. We just need to evaluate, and just worry about my teammate.
Sadly, this is just one of many concussions the quarterback has taken through his career. It's the season both fans and former players alike that are asking him to call it a career before he suffers long-term brain damage.
Former President Donald Trump will campaign out west today with stops in Nevada and Los Angeles. Meanwhile, Vice President Kamala Harris is keeping her focus on one of the biggest battleground prizes in the East, Pennsylvania. While speaking in Charlotte, she mocked Trump for saying that he had concepts of a plan for replacing the Affordable Care Act and also touted her plan to create more small businesses. While Trump has criticized Kamala for not having a plan at all, or a plan that mirrors Joe Biden's. He was in Arizona yesterday, said that he is done with debates while unveiling a new proposal to end taxes on overtime pay. Trump is also emphasizing the need for better border security.
This election season, we're taking a different approach on local coverage leading up to Election Day. We are going to small South Texas towns and asking voters there what issues matter to them most. This series is called Your Voice South Texas. So far, we've been to Uvalde, Seguin, Pleasanton, and Kerrville. Just scan the QR code right there on your screen to watch previous episodes and stay in the loop for the next one.
September is Hunger Action Month, so why not take the time to give back to San Antonio Food Bank? Right now on KSATcommunity.com, learn how to not only donate, but advocate for and support those in need in our community.
And we are gearing up for this year's Head for the Cure's 5K. It will be on September 28th at Providence Catholic School.
You can register right now by scanning the QR code on your screen. It's going to take you directly to the website to register. Proceeds from Head for the Cure go to brain cancer research. For more information, you can visit KSATcommunity.com.
And this morning in Military City, USA, a number of our San Antonio veterans are taking a trip to the nation's capital as part of Honor Flight San Antonio.
This is the 19th time the nonprofit has given veterans the chance to visit national memorials honoring their service completely free of charge. The group of 20 veterans includes those who served in the Army, Marines, Navy, and Air Force during the Vietnam War, and each of them served over 20 years. Together, they'll visit the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C., as well as Arlington National Cemetery, the World War II Veterans Memorial, and the Korean War Veterans Memorial.
The honor is ours to be able to do this for the vets. And like I said, I've been doing this for about 13 years now. Started as the Guardian, and it's been my honor to be able to say this is the Honor Flight San Antonio, and we cover 52 counties all the way down to the valley. So whatever we can do for the veterans of any era, we're going to do it.
The veterans took off from San Antonio International Airport earlier this morning. They'll receive a welcome home ceremony complete with a water cannon salute when they return from their stay in Washington Sunday afternoon. Any way to honor our veterans, right, Patty?
Yeah, I love it. And they're going to have a great time, but I've heard it is exhausting.
Yeah, get ready.
All right, time right now, 6:08, 73 degrees.
Still to come, week 2 of the NFL underway. We'll look at the matchups for the Cowboys and Texans before things kick off on Sunday.
And up next, an alarming investigation into cinnamon. The brands you should look for and the ones you should stay away from before it gets to your pantry.
Taking a live look outside with Live Cam on your Friday the 13th. Good morning, San Antonio. We got so much more coming your way. Again, NFL talk and obviously those warmer temperatures. What Justin Horn has in store for your weekend. Welcome back. It is 6:12. Important news if you are getting ready to go to the grocery store.
We are learning about an alarming information about what may be in your ground cinnamon. In recent tests, some contain high levels of lead.
Digital journalist Ivan Arnetta takes a look at which brands are safer and which ones could be toxic.
It's a common spice found in many kitchens, but certain brands of cinnamon may be hiding a dangerous secret: toxic levels of lead. Consumer Reports tested 36 ground cinnamon products and spice blends with cinnamon. 1 out of every 3 contained lead levels above 1 part per million, the threshold that can trigger a recall in New York State, but not nationwide.
Just a quarter teaspoon of any of these products gives you more lead than you should have in an entire day. If you have any one of those products, we think you should just throw it away.
First, an important reminder that lead exposure can have serious health consequences, especially for children and during pregnancy. In adults, it's been linked to kidney damage and hypertension. So how does lead get into cinnamon in the first place?
Cinnamon trees take about 10 years to grow, giving ample time to absorb lead from soil and water. Additionally, during the drying process of the bark, the lead can become concentrated.
Most cinnamon sold in the U.S. is imported from Indonesia, Sri Lanka, and Vietnam, where regulations on soil contaminants may be less stringent. The highest lead levels from CR's tests were found in 3 lesser-known brands, which are sold mostly in international food markets. After being informed of the results, only Paris and EGN told Consumer Reports that they would stop selling their products. Only 2 out of 10 other companies replied, Deep and Yi. Both said that they tested their product or relied on tests from their suppliers. On the other side, 6 products had very low or no detectable lead. And if you're wondering what the government is doing about this, there are no federal limits for lead in cinnamon or any other spice. Consumer advocates call for national regulations similar to those in New York, where more than 100 spices have been recalled since 2016 due to heavy metal contamination. In the meantime, experts recommend choosing cinnamon with the lowest lead levels in CR's tests, sticking with mainstream brands, and limiting overall lead exposure from all sources. Ivan Herrera, KSAT 12 News.
All right, in case you missed last night's Behind the Kitchen Door, did you know that 1 in every 6 people will get food poisoning this year? And of course, that's not a fun statistic, but an important reminder about food safety. Every week, Metro Health inspectors visit dozens of restaurants to make sure that they're up to code. They check on the food and cleaning supplies, and they also make sure that people making your food have the proper certifications. These visits are completely random.
Why is it important for you guys to come in kind of as a surprise?
This way we are able to get a snapshot of the kitchen. Not every kitchen is going to be sparkling clean. Everybody gets busy.
On the latest edition of Behind the Kitchen Door, Metro Health invites us along for one of those inspections. You can watch it right now at KSAT.com, KSAT Plus, and our KSAT YouTube channel.
All right, can we go out to Traffic Trends Guide right now? Are we going there?
That is just like, can we move, please?
Look at this. People want to know. They're going to get out the door and they're going to say, what is my traffic like? 37 at Pecan Valley. Everything's looking really good. It's already 6:16. So let's hope it stays that way this Friday.
Yay. Okay, so the weather. But before we get to the weather, you got this beautiful little thing called Just Ask Justin.
Just Ask Justin trivia question. And in honor of Friday Night Football, it's not really weather related today because I also love history and football, so we're mixing that in. So the historic Alamo Stadium, a.k.a. the Rock Pile, was built in what year? Was it 1920, 1930, 1940, or 1950? You can vote on ksat.com/poll or scan the QR code. Don't cheat. Let's make this fun. Take your best guess. And you guys, I know you've been kind of thinking about it.
Yep. I'm
picking up on clues.
Picking up on clues. There were a few clues thrown out there, but Alamo Stadium is so historic. It really is incredible, the history, and we'll share some of that with you coming up here in about half an hour. We'll share the answer with you. Okay, we'll jump into the forecast, and there's one more look at the question if you missed it. What year was it built? And it's on the National Historic Register, by the way, if you didn't know that. Really is a piece of history here in San Antonio. All right, high temperatures today, 97 here in San Antonio. 101 in Del Rio, 102 in Laredo. These are above average. I mean, we can deal with heat here in Texas, but this is a little bit of a stretch as we get into mid-September. We would hope we would be much cooler than this, but not the case. And it's not just us. All of Texas underneath the ridge, and that means these temperatures stay toasty. 98 Saturday could be our hottest day, but look at the heat indices. So humidity drops off a little bit tomorrow, which helps us with the heat index. I think the heat index could actually be highest today just because humidity is a little bit elevated. We can see heat index values as high as 102, 103. So this is not comfortable weather. Heat index is still even near 100 on Sunday. Drops off a little bit next week. But not a whole lot of relief. Now, if we are looking at some good news here, I want to take you to the drought monitor, which this is last week's. We still had extreme drought in parts of Bandera and Kerr County. Well, we got the new drought monitor in yesterday, and it took it away. Still underneath a moderate drought, moderate to severe, but not extreme. And this is the first time we have not had extreme drought in our viewing area since 2021. Wrap your mind around that. That has been a really rough stretch when it comes to lack of rainfall. And we've kind of put a dent in the drought, at least a little bit this year, although we could certainly use a lot more. As we go outside for you, you can see in the distance, we got some clouds trying to develop. We may see a low cloud deck this morning for a time, but by the afternoon, the sun's back out, and that'll push these very comfortable temperatures that we have right now into very uncomfortable numbers by late this afternoon. 73 right now, 70 in New Braunfels, 72 Converse. It is down to 63 in Bernie. That is nice. Here's the big picture, and we've got a couple of systems we're watching. So this is what's left of Francine, spinning over parts of Arkansas, bringing heavy rain there. This lingers, so the eastern half of the country will get rain out of that. And then down to our south and west, this is Ileana. So this is a tropical storm that has developed in the Pacific. It'll make landfall here pretty quickly, so it doesn't have a whole lot of time to develop. But it is going to throw some moisture in our direction, probably just in a form of high clouds, unfortunately, not a lot of rain. I can't rule out a straight shower Sunday into Monday, but the odds of seeing rain are really low. We've dropped rain chances to 10%. And much of next week, we stay in this kind of pattern where we have a ridge over Texas. You got unsettled weather out west, unsettled weather to the east, and we're caught in the middle where it is hot and dry. 98 Saturday, 96 Sunday. Yes, the rain chance is only at 10% both of those days. So this is generally a dry, hot forecast. Not what you would typically see, if I'm being honest, in September. Not what we would hope for, but it is what it is. And Friday Night Football, whew,
be a toasty one.
It's gonna be a little hot out there.
If you were in the visitor side of the stands facing the sun, be careful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sunscreen. There you go.
All right, time right now is 6:20, 73 degrees out there.
Just ahead before 6:30, we're getting you ready for our big game coverage. Of course, that's going to be the game of the week we're talking about. We'll look at tonight's matchup between rivals John Jay and South San.
When your child has moderate to severe eczema, it's okay for them to show off. Show off their clearer skin and noticeably less itch with Dupixent. Because children 6 months and older with eczema have plenty of reasons to show off their skin. With Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, they can stay ahead of their eczema. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your child's skin from within. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor. Show off to the world. Ask your child's eczema specialist about Dupixent.
Hey there. This week's BGC Game of the Week features a first-of-its-kind matchup between John Jay and South San.
So the new district rivals are both a perfect 2-0 to start the season. However, only one will remain undefeated after tonight. Last year, Jay pieced together its deepest playoff run in program history, but now the Mustangs and Bobcats are on a level playing field, and the advantage goes to the home team as South San anticipates a packed house. This matchup will be a fun one. South San and John Jay kickoff tonight at 7:30 p.m. And of course, we will have the highlights and the post game right here on KSAT 12. You can also read a full preview of this game on ksat.com/sports.
And while we're talking BGC, our week 3 BGC road trip features Eagle Pass win at Southwest Legacy, Jefferson at Somerset, and George West at Poteet.
All right, let's go. In the NFL, the Cowboys and the Texans will be busy on Sunday. The boys are hosting the Saints for their home opener in Arlington at noon. And then the Texans hosting the Bears in H-Town for Sunday Night Football. Game kicks off at 7:20 p.m. So you know exactly where I'm going to be at, and I know exactly where a lot of people are going to be at on the couch watching that game, anticipating another boys win.
Good luck to them.
Let's go, Cowboys. Let's go. Okay, that was a lot of breathing. Here we go. It's now 6:25 right now, 73 degrees outside.
Just ahead at 6:30, the San Antonio City Council is telling the Missions to play ball at a new stadium closer to downtown, when fans could be in the new stands for opening day.
All right. Here we go. Friday, 13th is here, but just in time for the spooky season. Of course, we're going to hear from some tattoo shops around town that are taking advantage of that moment.
Taking a live look on the roads outside with our trans guide. We'll be right now on GMSA's Southwest Airlines says it's not leaving the San Antonio airport despite an ongoing dispute. A look at what's going on between the airline and the city council. Plus,
it's just a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of let's blame it on everything else, right?
The family of a Robb Elementary victim calling a Border Patrol investigation report a slap in the face. A look at what the report says and what happens now.
taking a live look outside with live cam 630, 73 degrees out there, and traffic moving really well this morning.
Boom, ba-dum, boom. It is September the 13th, and if you check a calendar, it is Friday, and we're having a good day today on Good Morning San Antonio.
All right, thanks for having a fantastic start to the day with us, and it's going to be a hot weekend if you have plans out there.
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. The music works. It really does. Ramp up the feeling of Friday the 13th. That just kind of scary.
Are we officially starting Halloween early?
I mean,
today?
It would be cool.
You go to the stores, you would think so.
Yeah.
They got Halloween going in all the stores right now. 97 is where we end up today, guys. It's going to be a really hot day. And by the afternoon, you'll see heat index values 100 plus. Now, the record for today is 100. That was set back in 2011. I don't know that we'll get there, but we're going to get awful close. And this is not the kind of weather you would hope for in mid-September. High temperatures around the area. We will see some triple digits, I think. Places like Carrizo Springs, 102, 100 in Eagle Pass, 101 in Del Rio, 97 in New Braunfels, 95 in Gonzales, 90s everywhere with some triple digits sprinkled in out west. So this is, again, well above average. Pollen count, yesterday's numbers, at least molds are low, fall elm is low, ragweed is low. So this was improvement. So maybe you're sneezing less, you're just going to be sweating more this afternoon. And high temperatures could get even warmer as we get into the weekend. Saturday especially, we're expecting highs close to 100. So rough stretch here. We're going to talk about the 7-day forecast, the tropics too, which continue to be fairly active. We'll have the latest there, but we got to talk traffic this morning, get you out the door. Let's look at TransGuide once again. You guys seeing anything?
Things for the most part are looking pretty good, except for the areas where you already know that there is construction that's going on. We are seeing a stalled vehicle at I-35 at Forum, and also at Loop 410 at I-37. But just look out for those roads, cars on the side of the road there.
Yeah, and Patty, something else to keep in mind right now. Closures have started on 410 on the northeast side. It's all part of that Interstate 35 Northeast expansion project. TxDOT saying that Loop 410's westbound main lanes at Perrin-Vital Road will be closed tonight. Agency tells us that the main lanes will be closed at 8 p.m. tonight, then reopen at 6 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Keep that in mind. But here's what you can do to get around that closure. If you're on 410, you can take exit 25B. That's the Vital exit, and then that gets you onto Loop 410's Frontage Road. Then you can drive through the Vital intersection and use the next entrance ramp to get back onto Loop 410. So we also have all this information on our website at KSAT.com. I know if you just listen to that, it might sound like a lot. So go to our website, check it out, and figure out what you need to do this weekend.
And new this morning, San Antonio firefighters say a home was destroyed overnight on the city's north side. It happened around 11 p.m. last night on Whisper Path. That is not far from Lock Hill, Selma Road and Warsbach. Fire crews say no one was home at the time. One firefighter was taken to University Hospital with minor injuries.
U.S. Customs and Border Protection released the report on their response to the shooting at Robb Elementary in Uvalde, and it's a bit frustrating. 149 Border Patrol agents responded that day, the largest presence of any agency. For families of the victim, this is the third report that they've gotten from any agency about the shooting response this year. It took law enforcement 77 minutes to breach the classroom. We all remember that traumatic day. That body camera footage that you're seeing is from a Uvalde police officer. The report reveals only one Border Patrol agency had their body cam on. Like several agencies who responded, Border Patrol agencies said that they didn't know who was in charge. The report also says that a Border Patrol tactical unit exchanged gunfire with the shooter and killed the shooter. 19 kids and 2 teachers died in the shooting, and many of the families have been pushing for answers and accountability. Brett Cross says that this report doesn't do that.
Every single one of these cops should have, at bare minimum, walked away like they did on May 24th. They should have walked away. They should have realized that they were not man or woman enough to hold down these positions and actually put their lives on the line for children. And they should have done what was best for us and everybody in this community and this state, and that is to walk away.
No names of Border Patrol agents or personnel were included in the report. They've all been redacted. The investigation also says that none of the Border Patrol personnel violated any rule or law. And get this, nobody from the Border Patrol were disciplined.
A man who is facing the death penalty if he is found guilty was in court for a pretrial hearing. Stephen Clare is charged in a brutal attack of his ex-wife and 2 young daughters. Attorneys say Stephen Clare filed a motion for Child Protective Service records to be handed over to them. The judge granted that request. Now, prosecutors say the gun used in the crime is now being tested. Clare is accused of shooting his ex-wife, Mariah Gardner, as well as stabbing his daughters, Rosalie and 11-month-old Willow, in April of last year. Willow did not survive her injuries. Claire's trial is expected to start early next year.
Got some drama in the airways. Southwest Airlines not happy with the city of San Antonio. It says the council leaders passed an operating agreement for the San Antonio International Airport that puts the airliner's growth plans in jeopardy. During previous negotiations, Southwest says that it was told that it would get 10 gates in the airport's future terminal. But in June, Southwest says that San Antonio Airport reversed their decision, leaving them with only 6 gates compared to a possible 16. So now the airline questioning their future plans, but the director of the San Antonio Airport says it's ready to work with Southwest to come to an agreement.
We're going to continue to work with them in an effort to come to an amicable and reasonable solution, and that's what we're going to work towards. With any agreement, not everybody's going to walk away happy, and it's unfortunate that this has happened that way, and we're ready and equipped to begin to have those conversations so that we can try and get everyone as happy as possible.
Despite the dispute, Southwest did say that it is not leaving the airport and will continue to work to find a solution.
All right, get ready to play ball. The San Antonio City Council gave a green light to a downtown baseball stadium for the San Antonio Missions. The new $160 million Mission Stadium would be built along San Pedro Creek. The plan relies heavily on private redevelopment of the surrounding area to help pay off the stadium's construction cost with new tax money. That development would force out residents of the soap factory apartments in waves over the next 5 years. In the face of concern about its tenants, the developer and complex owner Weston Urban has added a $2,500 relocation package for the people who would be forced out first. The city is also chipping in for that. However, residents don't like how the process unfolded.
We really just came to ask for more time because, like we said earlier today, we learned about the plan of what was going to happen with us literally last night. So we didn't even have time to process it. So today we wanted to ask for more time. Give us more time to know more, and then give yourselves more time to know more about what's going to happen with us. And that was really our goal for today.
Motion.
Now, supporters of the project say it will revitalize a largely bland area of downtown. The deal still needs county approval as well.
Happening today, Friday the 13th, known for bad luck and horror, but it also comes a big day for a deal on a tattoo at just about every shop you go to.
Benny Ink Tattoo Studio is gearing up for their Friday the 13th special. One of the artists there, Abel Garcia, says he expects each artist at the shop to tattoo anywhere between 65 to 80 people today.
Friday the 13th for tattooing is like, imagine Black Friday, but tattoos. Yeah, it's like the Christmas of tattoos.
You said Black Friday, I'm thinking long lines.
To the point where we do have a line out to the street sometimes through the parking lot. Parking, we have to tell people to park across the street.
And Garcia recommends those who are interested to show up to their desired shop early and be ready to wait.
He says bringing something to keep you hydrated might be a good deal. For a huge list of those shops and specials, you can go to KSAT.com. So if I was brave enough, you know.
I am not brave enough. I do not have any tattoos.
Yeah, me either. Look, same boat. But I think that if in another life, I probably would have a sleeve of some sort.
Oh, yeah.
Like a really nice, deep, meaningful sleeve. I've seen it done, and it's beautiful artwork. And the people who do it are just some gifted people. I would jack up everybody's arms.
But you got to have a knack for it.
Yes, go get your tattoo, get a good deal in, and get them tattoo artists some practice in today.
All right, time right now, 6:39, 73 degrees out there this Friday the 13th.
There is a lot to think about if you're preparing to take a new baby home. After the break, what first-time parents need to know. Good morning. It is 6:43. Okay, so September is Baby Safety Month, and this morning we're focused on the first-time parents. Head to KSAT Connect. Share a lesson that you've learned along the way, along with a cute photo of your very firstborn.
We want to hear what kind of lessons you guys have learned. This week, we got a chance to talk to a first-time mom at North Baptist Central, where she welcomed not only one, but two babies in her new mom journey.
It's definitely scary to think about going home with them, but they've done a really good job at kind of telling us like what to look out for.
The Bartholomew's welcomed home their baby girls 2 months ago, but the twins are still being cared for at the NICU for a few more weeks. Mom says she feels pretty good about going home with her twins after getting a lot of training from the nurses.
So I did come to one of the birthing classes here, but with the twins, it was really unpredictable on when they were going to come.
Luckily, the Bartholomew twins will have some seasoned motherly love from their grandma. Amanda Pete has some advice for her daughter and first-time parents. Enjoy the moment and don't worry about that mom gut feeling because it kicks in fast.
It's terrifying sometimes, but it's amazing what you just know how to do as a mom and trust your instincts, and it's amazing how quickly you learn what you need to learn.
So right now, I'm living vicariously through other parents. I only got a dog, but and I don't count that because you guys are like literally the champions of society right now.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I can tell you that when I drove home with our firstborn, I was so scared. I was telling my husband, drive slower. Like he was driving slow, but drive slower. You just want to get everything right, and
Don't
it's
hit
okay.
speed bumps.
You're gonna do it. You're gonna hit speed bumps in the journey of parenthood. It's okay.
And then by the third child, you're like, go 70.
You're alive, you're fine.
That was funny. I did ask Patty, and I was just like, okay, so for my first child, you'd be very paranoid, but third child, you're like, oh, you're okay. And I thought that was pretty fun with you.
I took all those classes because I had never even held a baby before I had a kid, so I was really clueless. I took all the hospital offers classes. It shows you how to do a diaper. I still never mastered it. And how to swaddling. Swaddling is like
art.
ridiculously hard.
Yeah.
It's like a burrito thing, and it's.
Everybody has their own style too.
Yes, but yes, parenting It's not easy.
Yeah.
Very rewarding, but it is not easy.
I will say that even though, like, when I go and look at my friends who hold their babies, they were like, here, hold her. I'm so scared to do that. Because I'm like, I don't want to mess them up. Or they're so gentle. But a lot of great tips right there.
Yes, that is good information. And speaking of information, let's see what the roads are looking like.
All right, let's take a look at I-37 at Houston. Things are looking great this morning out there. 35 at Benz Engelman. Have a safe drive this morning.
All right, trivia time, guys.
It's time.
We're going to reveal the answer here. So my question I posed to the audience and to you guys this morning, the historic Alamo Stadium, a.k.a. the Rock Pile, was built in what year? 1920, 1930, 1940, or 1950? What do you guys think?
I'm going to go with what the viewers are saying. 1940.
Okay. This is a good guess. The viewers and you guys are absolutely correct. 1940 was the year. And you know what's great about the Alamo Stadium is there is just so much history there. You look back through the years. There's some fun facts here. It's the third largest stadium in Texas. Did you know that when it comes to seating? 24,000 people attended the first game on September 20th, 1940. That was Corpus Christi beat Jefferson, and then Breckenridge beat Houston Reagan. It was a doubleheader. It's also hosted college games. A lot of college teams have played there. The Gunslingers, you go back to that history. I mean, it's long. This is on the historic register here as one of the more important places in the state. So just to look back at Alamo Stadium, and of course it is Friday Night Football, the reason I bring that trivia question up. Not talking about Alamo Stadium here, but Rutledge. This game, 7 o'clock, MacArthur at Veterans Memorial. Just one of the many good games tonight. Temperatures will be at 95 when the game starts. That goes for all the games in the area. Heat index will be 100, if not a little bit above that. So be so very careful because this heat will sneak up on you. 92 at 8 o'clock, 88 at 9 p.m., so even warm once the game is ending. It's not a great night for Friday Night Football, at least temperature-wise. As we go outside for you right now, it looks like we do have some low clouds that have rolled in. 73, 70 in New Braunfels, 72 Converse, 64 in Boerne, 68 in Kerrville. Cool-ish in the hill country, but once that sun comes up and once we get rid of some of these clouds, temperatures race upwards. So noontime, we're closing in on 90 already, and then by the afternoon, 97 is what we're expecting to be at. But the heat index, 100, 101, 102 in some cases, even potentially as high as 103 in a few spots here around San Antonio. Okay, let's talk tropics now. We've got a couple of areas we're watching. One here, 30% chance of development. This is interesting. So this is actually what's left over from Florence is going to interact with another system moving across the country, and it could potentially redevelop out here in the Atlantic. I don't think it would be a big issue, but that's something the Hurricane Center is watching. Another little wave down here in the islands, just a 10% chance of development. We have a tropical depression way out there. That's not an issue. And then we have Ileana, which has formed, Tropical Storm Ileana, out in the Pacific. This is the one I had been talking about potentially bringing us some moisture. It is, in the sense that it's bringing some high clouds. It's just not bringing us rain, and I don't know that it will give us a big chance for rain here. I was hopeful that maybe we get some showers and storms out of this, but generally speaking, I think most of us are going to stay dry. I can't rule out a shower Sunday into Monday as some of that moisture streams in, but it would be really light, and I just don't think we're going to see much. In general, the pattern is setting up to where we have a ridge over Texas, unsettled weather out east, unsettled weather out west. We're stuck in the middle where it is going to be hot and it is going to be dry. So our forecast, 98 Saturday, 96 on Sunday, 10% chance of rain, Monday 10% chance of rain, and then basically warm next week too. Mid-90s and partly cloudy each and every day. So Friday Night Football next week could be a little bit rough too, but it's always later in the season when we finally start to get some cooler weather. And hopefully that'll be the case as we get into October.
Justin, you have been mentioning clouds. Some of us want to know what the name of those cute puffy clouds are.
Cumulonimbus. Cumulonimbus is the thunderstorm.
I was trying to sound smart for a second.
You were close. I thought you had it. Just cumulus, the puffy little cotton. Yeah, that's
that way
cumulus.
You can impress your kids and say, hey, look at those cumulus.
Cumulonimbus is the thunderstorms.
Oh, see, I was close.
You were very close.
All right, thanks, Justin.
Time right now, 6:50, 73 degrees out there.
Coming up before 7, we got a famous penguin in Japan, miraculously saved by the arrival of a typhoon. How it all unfolded next. and taking a live look outside again. Good morning, San Antonio. Happy Friday the 13th. I don't know what y'all doing this weekend, but hey, if you start your weekend off right on Friday with us on GMSA, you're doing it right, man. It's going to be a great weekend. We got so much more coming your way, including those warmer temperatures. Stay tuned. Yeah, 6:54. Welcome back. If you're ready to try out some delicious food at a new place this weekend, Texas Eats has you covered.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m., David Elder takes us around San Antonio to check out some unique Italian dishes, loaded smash burgers, and flying pizzas. Yeah. Sure to watch for your chance to win tickets to the second annual Shiner Fest.
That looked romantic. Okay, so right here, before you go, we got to tell you about this penguin, man. It was found safe in Japan nearly 2 weeks after she vanished.
The 6-year-old penguin, known as Pen, was born and raised in captivity and was traveling with staff in August when she escaped into open water. She went on an adventure.
Yeah, but miraculously, get this, the arrival of a typhoon, Shanahan helped keep her safe with no boats able to operate. The penguin avoided collisions and getting caught in the fishing nets. And get this, record rainfall from the storm helped her with hydration. So that, I mean, I think of Jonah. You know, put him in the, like, he made it from point A to point B. He didn't do it the right, way that he wanted it, but.
The Disney movie comes out in a couple of years, I'm sure.
Are you doing
Yes, that would be cool. I was thinking Happy Feet for a second.
Oh.
I'm feeling so lonely, baby. You remember Happy Feet?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I like
one.
little Lovelace a little bit. Looks related a little bit like Loveless, you know.
All right, let's take a look outside right now. There is an accident that we want to tell you about right now. This is at US 90 at Loop 410. You see the Via bus right there, and it looks like it's being reported as a collision of some sort. Lanes 2 and 3 are blocked right now. That is what you're looking at right now. It looks like a vehicle in front of the Via bus. It looks like there's some people standing on the side there, but we'll get more information for you and, of course, post it on KSAT.com.
Get ready to crank up the AC today. 97 is where we end up. 98 Saturday, 96 Sunday. So a hot weekend. Very little in the way of rain chances. And heat index values will be a problem, too. Up above 100 today. So stay cool. Find a place to stay cool. And don't get caught off guard by this heat.
All right, 1, 2, Freddy's
Have a great Friday.
Look,
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. Have a good one, guys.